video, I'm going to go over how to set up the Windows 10 interface from the default. What we're looking at here is how Windows 10 looks when it is first installed. And I'm going to go over the changes that I always make when I first go to set up a computer and why, and this will help you become more familiar with Windows 10 interface and maybe pick up some things and you can change or not change them based on your liking. Now, at the very bottom of the screen, we have what is called the taskbar. On the taskbar, it consists of the clock, some icons. This little up arrow hides some icons if it thinks they're not important. And then we have another icon. This is people. This is empty space. Here we have some icons. These programs are not running. They're links, just like links on the desktop that pretty much has been in all versions of Windows that most people are familiar with. And then we have the search here, which if we click on it, will allow us to search things on our computer. This will search the internet, programs, files. It's designed to where you can type whatever you're interested in and Windows will help you find it so you don't have to actually know where anything is. And then we also have some icons up the side. This is when you click down here first, this is tied to Cortana, the artificial intelligence in Windows 10. And if you have a microphone, you can talk to Cortana. Now if you click on the search first and the gear icon, you will get to the Cortana settings. Now I currently have this off and I'm not going to go into how you talk to Cortana, but that's where that is. Now if you click the start menu, you also have a gear icon here, but this gear icon will take you to the Windows 10 settings. Now you see the little down arrows. This means because this Windows 10 was just initialized, it's basically downloading things. You can see a great app is on the way. I'm sure it is. You can also scroll in the start menu if you have more items than what appear on your screen. And you can, if you point at the edge of it, you can hold down the left mouse button and you can drag to enlarge or shrink how much opens up when you click on the start menu. So let's first start on how I customize my Windows 10 from a default setting. First off, the taskbar is very premium space, so I don't want anything down here that's wasted. This is the mail program. If you use Outlook or you use webmail, you won't be using that. So I usually right click on that to get a menu and click on Unpin. This is the Windows 10 store. I'm going to right click and say Unpin. Now you can still get to these things. This isn't uninstalling them. This is just taking them off of the taskbar here. Then we have Microsoft Edge, and here's the file folder to search files. Now two icons that have also been added, this little thing I think is supposed to look like a movie strip or Windows. If you click on it, it's going to show you your previous programs that you've been using. Now I haven't used any, so nothing shows up. I don't think most people use this because you can hold down Alt-Tab to get to this. So that's another wasted space, I think. So if you right click, you'll see a menu. I turn off Show Task View button to get that space. I also don't use people, so I right click on it and I say, and turn off the Show People on the taskbar. So now I've cleaned up this a little bit. Now I actually like more icons on my desktop. I don't need a Microsoft Edge icon here, so I click on that, hit the delete key, and delete that off of my desktop. Then I'm going to right click on by just pointing at empty space on the desktop. I'm going to right click and go to Personalize. And then I'm going to go down to Themes. Now this is where you can change your background picture. I'm going to make this window bigger by dragging. And I'm going to scroll down here. Sometimes this show desktop icons will show up on the right. It just depends on the size of your window. But I had to scroll down to get to this. If you didn't want a background here for, you can click on background and change the picture if you don't like the default Windows 10 picture. But first I'm going to do is go to Desktop Icon Settings, and I'm going to turn on some icons. I like to be able to get to my control panel easy. I like to be able to get to the computer icon and my user files. Network, you can or can't turn this on. Most people aren't changing their network settings. I do change my network settings. Most people don't, so you probably want to leave this off. And you just click OK. So that's going to add these icons on my desktop. Now another thing you can do is whenever your icon begins to get cluttered with other icons, you can right click, go to Sort By, and say Item Type, and this will organize things based on this hierarchy, always putting these first and then your other stuff kind of secondary because these are kind of important icons to me. I like to be able to get to them quickly. I always like them in the top. I'm gonna, it looks like I already have stuff on in my recycle bin. I'm gonna right click on that and say empty recycle bin. And it's just that edge icon I deleted, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Now the computer icon, the reason I like having it on the desktop is because you can right click on the computer icon and go to properties. This gives you information about your computer, which is like your computer name, how much memory is in your computer, what type of processor, and if Windows is activated. Now mine is not activated because this is just a demo system I'm using to record a video, but you always want to see that Windows is activated here. If Windows is not activated, that probably means parts of your Windows are not working. Now this can happen if you have an illegal copy of Windows, or if your time is wrong, or there's some other type of corruption. And you probably want to get that to say activated, whether you need to seek IT support or not. But that's all that pretty much is here. Well, okay, so in Advanced System Settings on the left, I'm going to click on Advanced System Settings. Here under Performance, I always go to Settings here. Windows has some things where it animates items on your screen, and it's supposed to make it look nice. This only works on the fastest, best computers. And even then, it can kind of make your computer look slow. So I always turn off the animations and the fades. I leave these other on because these actually do have a value as far as the visual appearance. And then I turn off this slide here as well. Now you can just click on For Best Performance, and this will make your computer seem to be faster, but it might make the icons, your fonts and stuff not look good. So if that doesn't work, you can try just turning on things like smooth edges of screen fonts. That's, you would try Best Performance, click on this and then click Apply. But if that doesn't work, go ahead and try turning these on that you see here on the screen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say OK on that. That gets me my performance for my visual elements. And then I'm going to close this. So now, icons on the desktop. I like to use Internet Explorer. So I'm going to click here in the type to search and just type enter INT for Internet, and there's Internet Explorer. Now if I point at Internet Explorer here at the top and right click, I can pin it to Start, which will be the Start menu that opens when I click the Start button, or I can pin it to the Taskbar, which is down at the bottom that you always see. I'm going to pin it to the Taskbar. And now you see I have an Internet Explorer icon. Now if I don't even use Edge, I can also right click on that and say Unpin. Now I have Internet